Okay, so you've heard about the Pro version of the new Macro Creator, but what does the Lite version come with exactly? Well, to start, to open up the UI, it's the exact same method. You can group select all your nodes, select one node to be the active node with a node in red. That's the node that all your controls are going to go onto. You can come on up here to Workspace, Scripts. If you've installed this by itself, you'll find it up here near the top with the new Macro Creator, and then you'll find these three items right here. You can change the macro type if you have a macro in the comp to change it between a group and a macro. And you can also bring up the controls editor really fast. This is Tita's controls editor right here. Then you can also bring up the Macro Creator really easily right there. It loads you in just fine, and you can see this looks similar to the official Pro version, but this looks a little bit different. Right off the bat, we can see we have all of our tools on the left side just like before. We have stuff in the middle, which is different than the Pro version, but I'll talk about this here in a second. And then down here we have the main inputs, which has all the inputs listed here. And then the main outputs, which will auto-select your output right here. I do want to specify that right here we can see we have all the media ins connecting into all these inputs. In the Pro version, these would auto-select in the main inputs list right here. However, as of right now, that is not happening in the Lite version. This may end up being a feature in the future after some more updates, but I may be updating this who knows how long in the future from now. So if you get this now, just expect you'll have to manually select all these. While we're talking about that, how do you manually select an input and output for these main inputs and outputs? Well, all you have to do is look for the input that you're looking for. I'll move this over to the side a little bit. We can see, okay, yep, this is the upper right arm. We want to grab the foregrounds. We'll double click it, and that will highlight it in green. If we click things once, that's going to deselect our selection. So if we click this once and click off, we'll see it's now deselected. If we double click it again, we'll see it's selected again. So we'll do a double click selection on all the inputs that you want, and that will create a bunch of triangles on the final output node. Up here in the tools list, just like in the Pro version, we're able to click one and then it opens up all the controls down here. We're able to group select and then bulk add into the list right over here, just like we can in the Pro version as well. However, there is no searching for tools or for controls, but you can still do bulk selections. You can still double click things to bring it over here and all that usual stuff. Over here, you have the usual controls of what you can with the Pro version. You can deselect everything and do all your stuff with labels. However, labels will not show what is actually hiding within them, so they won't have that same UI feature. However, it is really easy to move controls up and down through this with these buttons right here. Now we can move on to the centerpiece here. We have the ability to import an image into either the controls or to the header. We can just add a quick separation line, or we can make a label really quickly right here, or we can just add a quick tab right here. We can also come up here to see bugs, tutorials, and check for updates. And then over here in File, we can save to clipboard. To import an image, it's exactly the same as on the Pro version. You select your image, give it a name, check to see if it's header or if it's not header, and then add it. And then it'll add it into here. And if it's a controls item, it'll actually add it to your controls node, and then add it to your macro after the fact. Separator line works the exact same way. You click this once and it will just add it with a new number. And then a label works the exact same way, but you don't have the customization with HTML. Feel free to type it in manually, but that will obviously take you some extra time. But that just is a feature of the Pro version that you get as a premium feature. And you can also quickly add tabs with just putting a name down. You don't get the ability to actually make your settings tab go away or actually set an icon for your tabs either. So once you have a macro that you will like, I'm just going to name this test real quick to show you off. You can come on up here and save to clipboard. It'll say save to clipboard here. If you have labels, it'll probably flash the comp a little bit to show you that it's saving things. And then we can go into a new comp, which let me just load into one real quick. And we can paste in our node right here. It's going to paste in as a group. And we can see I only have the one input because that's the only one I selected. But if we open it up, we can see it is connected into the correct one. It's the upper right leg. And then the output is correct as well. But then we can see all of our controls. Once you have your macro how you would like to have it saved, you come into here, right click, and you can either turn this into a macro. Right now it's a group. If you want this to be a macro so it looks more like an actual node, go back into your script, Fusion Pixel Studio, the new Macro Creator, change macro type, and then we'll change it to a macro, and it will work the same, but it will not look like it's actually openable. And you can come into right here, right click, settings, save as, and then save your settings to somewhere on your computer. And that setting file is what is going to be your macro for sharing out to anybody else. And you can turn this into a DRFX with making the correct folder structure, which you can learn from the full version of the new Macro Creator. Or you can put this in your own files and just test it out in the different folder structures to see if it works right on the edit page. And go ahead and try the Lite version right here. Lots of great features to speed up your workflow, but you don't get the full experience that you get with the Pro version with all the extra features of the ability to edit your controls. Plus, you don't have the special ordering functionality that you do in the macro preview that is in the Pro version versus the Lite version. I hope that gives you a good introduction, and I hope you're looking forward to actually trying this out faster and much cleaner than you can with the default method in DaVinci Resolve. Just think about how much time save you have not having to make your labels and then export your macro and then re-add all those labels after the fact, because they won't get added to the macro with the macro fisto because they're nests. Think about how annoying that is. It's just super easy to turn it into a nest without showing arrow and hiding how many controls you want to hide. Super easy stuff. If you want to learn more about the Pro version, go ahead and watch this video over here of me recapping all of its controls and everything you can do over here as well. Or if you want to learn about macros as a whole, go and watch the macros series right over here where I teach you everything about the basics of macros all the way to the more advanced stuff. But alright, happy animating!